Time now for my review of San Andreas Mercenaries. Summer update for 2023, available across all platforms for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and of course on PC. And we're going to go over the pros, the cons, and the verdict, and your opinions, your thoughts, your pros, your cons. What do you think about the San Andreas Mercenaries update? Feel free and let me know below in the comments section. As always, we're going to start things off with the pros. We finally have some new aircraft in the game. Well, some fun aircraft, such as the F-160 Raiju, based mostly off the F-35. It's a stealth jet. It has guns. It has missiles. It has veto capabilities. It is a stealth plane. You can upgrade it at the hangar, and it's a lot of fun. Riley should have a review out for the Raiju by the time I put my review out, in case you're curious, in her review of the Raiju. And she'll have other aircraft videos forthcoming over on her channel, linked below in the description section. Another plane that she'll most likely be looking at in the near future is the Streamer 216, which is a twin-engine bomber. You can also upgrade it at the hangar with guns and bombs. And there's also been a pretty impressive upgrade to the Avenger, making it an even more lethal gunship. You have to do it at the hangar, though, so you have to move it from your facility to the hangar. And with Charlie's upgrades, you can get quite a few upgrades at the hangar for the Avenger, such as machine guns and missiles for the pilot to use. You can also get the operations terminal, which allows you to do the new contact missions, Operation Overthrow, and the new free roam missions with you and up to 4 players for both Operation Overthrow as well as LSA operations, courtesy of the weapons operation terminal for the Avenger. And there's other upgrades, such as an autopilot mode, which, well, there's already an autopilot mode, but there's defenses for the autopilot, such as stealth, and you also have a missile jammer autopilot defense to choose from for the Avenger. Plus, you can also purchase a Avenger thruster, which has no weapons, but it's very similar to the Sparrow, where you can like spawn it in through the interaction menu anywhere on the map to pick you up and either fly you back to the Avenger or fly you where you like. So yeah, the upgrades to the Avenger are most welcome. And the cool thing about the ability to move the Avenger from the facility to the hangar and back to the facility is you can do it easy enough through the interaction menu, so you don't have to actually fly it back and forth if you don't want to. There's also some other day one land vehicles, such as the Grotti GTO Stinger TT sports car, which could have used a better name, Rockstar. Some other vehicles include the Vapid Click Wagon, the Vapid Ratel, the Walton L35 pickup truck. Those off-road vehicles, I think my friend Red the 8-Bit Dinosaur will be reviewing them over on his channel. Also linked below in the description section. And my personal favorite of all the new vehicles is the Maibatsu Monstrosity. That is also available day one. And what's really interesting is both the Monstrosity and the Stinger TT are agency vehicles, and on current gen, they're also HSW vehicles as well. There's more drip-fed content coming, including a weaponized version of the Kanata attack helicopter and a Ghostbusters vehicle, a version of Ecto-1. I think it's going to be called the Brigham. That's coming on later this year, maybe around Halloween. As a huge Ghostbusters fan, I'm excited for the Brigham. Looks really cool. Almost identical to Ecto-1. Plus, I think there's going to be something Halloween-themed revolved around getting a unique, Ghost Exposed skin. It's online. Feel free and look it up for the Brigham whenever that becomes available. There's also going to be some new contact missions, which we went over. 6 new contact missions, courtesy of the Weapon Operations Terminal in the Avenger, such as Project Overthrow. and the free roam missions LSA operations. We already went over that. There's also some new clothing at the clothing stores. Not a lot, but some. I think there's some new hairstyles, and there's also quality of life improvements courtesy of the San Andreas Mercenaries update, such as nerfing the laser and Hydra. Riley did a video about that. I personally think that this was a good move by Rockstar, and I think the laser and Hydra are a lot more balanced now than they previously were with their cannon. The taxis, courtesy of Taxi Work, have been given 2 new vehicles. Well, not new vehicles, but taxi versions of the Broadway as well as the Adura are now usable in Taxi Work. You can register as a boss in the interaction menu. That basically what it did was it put SecuroServe and the MC under a new... Well, I'll just go ahead and show you all right here. So now you have SecuroServe and the president of the MC right there for register as a boss, just to show you what it's like. There's some other things that have been quality of life improvements. The orb cannon has been officially nerfed. It won't automatically reset or refund players. Career progress, unfortunately, that is PlayStation 5, Xbox Series exclusive. I did do a video about that, so I have a career progress guide. Feel free and check it out. Then we also have an update to the creator, which included some new props and the ability to include snow weather in your creations for like races, death matches, LTSs, survivals, etc. There's also a buy all option for body armor at ammunition. And at Moore's Mutual, you can claim all damaged vehicles. That is definitely a pro in my opinion. I think you also have the ability to select between some names for your stuff in the Acid Lab, your product in the Acid Lab. And I think you have the ability to name your garages, so you can do that. The Tactical SMG has been added to the gun van, and you can source crates through the hangar. And finally, we have the ability to transfer your character via migration from last gen to current gen without having your last gen character be completely destroyed. Too little, too late for those of us that already transferred over from last gen to PS5, Xbox Series. But for everybody else, at least when you transfer and migrate your character from last gen, current gen, it'll simply clone a current gen version of your character and not completely delete it. So that's a pro, though I wish that would have been a thing a year ago with the expanded enhanced milked edition of GTA Online back in March 2022. As we move along to the cons, and I hate to say it, but there is a few cons, even though I have personally enjoyed the update. Nearly 200 vehicles removed from the websites. I did do a rant video about that, so I'm not going to go in more detail about it. If you're interested in my opinion about this subject, this issue, feel free and check out the rant. But basically, 200 vehicles have been removed from the websites and are going to be repurposed for weekly events, including the Vinewood Car Club for GTA Plus. And the Vinewood Car Club is also a con because it's exclusive to GTA Plus members. There's been some game-breaking issues that have been found out courtesy of a few other content creators out there, such as Gilly Master, Professional, a few others that are major cons, along with nearly 200 vehicles being removed from the websites. There is, at the moment in recording of this review, a game-breaking issue revolved around the bunker MOC glitch, making personal vehicles disappear. So until Rockstar fixes that issue, I would advise you to stay away from your bunker and MOC. And some people have discovered while doing Cayo Perico, if you die or like quick restart your character, you will apparently lose your guns. So yet another issue revolved around Cayo Perico, and yes, another con. No additional hangar space. Now this is a surprise because a lot of people, including myself, have been asking Rockstar for more hangar space, whether doubling the storage capacity or simply just allowing us to buy up to 2 hangars. For example, one in LSIA, one in 4Z, that would have been cool, especially since we have some new aircraft in the game, such as the Raiju, the Streamer 216, the weaponized Kanata coming soon, and the ability to store the Avenger now in your hangar, or just keep it in the facility. But you can put it in the hangar if you want to, yeah, we definitely needed more room in the hangar. So that is a con, because you think this would have been a good opportunity to give us more space for the hangars, whether it's doubling storage or 2 hangars instead of 1. And the career path, I personally like the career path. Like I said, I did a guide on it, but the tier 4s are a little challenging. A lot of people are complaining about tier 4s, like tier 1 through 3, not as bad to accomplish for some of these objectives and purposes of getting cosmetics like clothing and hats, and even up to like Lamar's new van is 420 LD Organics van. All that's tier 4, and it's extremely challenging to get. So yeah, that's definitely a con. It shouldn't be as difficult. But another con revolved around career progress is the fact that it's only for current gen players, PS5, Xbox Series. Basically, if you have last gen, PS4, Xbox One, or PC, you don't get to take advantage of the career path until you end up getting a PS5, Xbox Series version of GTA Online. So that is obviously a con in my opinion. Pros, cons, verdict time. The San Andreas Mercenaries update started off as a decent summer update with some cool vehicles like the Raiju, much needed quality of life improvements, but has quickly become quite infamous to the GTA Online community due to the game-breaking glitches and bugs, along with the GTA Plus Vinewood Car Club, and the removal of nearly 200 vehicles in the name of FOMO and GTA Plus and the Vinewood Car Club, which is where a lot of these vehicles are going to go. The fact that last gen doesn't have the Vinewood Car Club and GTA Plus is another con that I'm adding in, I guess, at the very end to tack on. Okay, so I'm going to, at the very end of this video, do a rant, okay? Because I wanted to like this update. I don't like ranting. I don't like being negative. I want to be positive. I want to be optimistic. I didn't want there to be these cons in this update. I want to come in being like, wow, an actual decent update for once, instead of disappointment after disappointment from Rockstar. But unfortunately, despite some of the fun content that we got in the game, it is a disappointing update for other reasons, which is, at the end of the day, Rockstar's doing. And I'm just sick of it. I'm fed up with it. I just don't understand how hard is it for a multi-billion-dollar company to give us a decent quality update without making such bad, awful, greedy choices. I just don't understand it. You've made tons of money off these updates, off the content, off of millions of copies of GTA 5 and Online sold, and the Shark cards, and out the GTA Plus subscription scam over the past year. Isn't that enough, Rockstar? Do you really have to make the game worse for everybody by stripping vehicles from the game or rushing it out the door without bothering to check and make sure through Q&A? I mean, surely you have some people doing Q&A. Are they all repurposed and focused on GTA 6 right now? Like, somebody could have checked to see if there might have been issues in the game, like with Bunker and MOC and with Cayo Perico causing problems. But I'm just at the point of apathy. I'm just tired of giving my hopes up about updates only to be let down. And so that's why most of this update, this review, I wasn't exactly coming across as excited. I was trying to be fair, like I do with my pros, cons, and verdict. But the more I think about it, the more it irks me and ticks me off, and I don't like that. I play video games to have a good time and have fun. And yeah, I do get salty, and sometimes I get a little too salty. But I do play games for escapism to have fun, including GTA with my friends and viewers and subscribers. But it's becoming more difficult to have fun whenever Rockstar does shit that ticks off the majority of the community. I just wish they would knock it off. But anyways, that's how I feel about not just the San Andreas Mercenaries update, but the past few updates to GTA Online. It doesn't take away the fact that we do have some fun content in the game now. And I like Charlie way more than Dax. And I like the new missions way more than the butthole dildo missions from Dildo Butthole Wars. But it just hurts that we can't have a decent, good update. And maybe that's just because this game is so long in the tooth already, approaching nearly 10 years. I just think that it might be time for Rockstar to put out maybe a 10-year anniversary update, whether it's a Michael update or whatever they got planned in December, and just end the live service portion of GTA Online, unless it's like a patch or fix issues with game-breaking problems like Bunker MOC, Cayo Perico, etc. And just put all their focus on getting GTA 6 out and GTA 6 Online, especially if you're just going to half-ass it with lack of Q&A or QA or whatever, because it's obviously existing now for one purpose only. And that's just to squeeze every last dollar, euro, pound, dime, penny out of the players with shark cards and now GTA Plus. Even though we did pay like 60, 70 bucks for the game, and how much the standalone costed people to buy for GTA Online, it's just tiresome. And yeah, that's my review. So anyways, I'm going to enjoy the content I enjoy for GTA San Andreas Mercenaries. And hopefully all the problems get fixed. And maybe, just maybe, most of the cars will get returned to the websites. Yeah, I doubt that. Oh, before I go, I just wanted to put up the poll that I did regarding this update. So, yeah, that's pretty much how it went. 53% of you think the update is poo. And 24% of you are somewhere in the middle on it. You're kind of indifferent. And like 13% of you had like a smiley face. But the fact that 53% of people that voted out of 150 votes is pretty sad. That they consider this update to be poo, Rockstar. That is not good. And we all know why. For the various reasons and cons that I mentioned in this review. But anyways, now's your turn. In the comment section, let me know your thoughts, your views, your opinion, your pros, cons, and a verdict regarding the San Andreas Mercenaries update. What you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, content-wise. As always, feel free and let me know below in the comments section.